Like, I know I wasn't there, but you guys can't like, I don't ever wanna hear, "Sorry, guys, I didn't play bad. I didn't do this right. I didn't my fault." I don't wanna hear that. I don't want you guys to think that, and it's not because nobody cares about losing or anything like that. Like, I don't care whatsoever that you guys lost. Like, that's not why I wanna coach. It's not why I hope it's not why you guys wanna play, because you guys wanna win week 3, stage 1. Like, nobody should care. Nobody should, we lost. I mean, what you guys should be doing is just, did I improve from last game? Did I, focus on something and get better? Because like, did what was the score of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game in week 6? Does anybody know? No, right?
No.
Nobody knows. And yeah, I'm not win the Super Bowl. I don't care if you guys win the championship or not either. But that's just to say that that game has no meaning ever. Like you guys just need to again, like if you guys just have one thing you want to get better at, like Beepo, like you were really beating yourself up. Did you have something you wanted to work on before the game?
Before this, our next game or the last game?
Like the last game.
Last game, I mean, the biggest thing I need to work on would be my shield management and just being able to control the other round better.
Did you feel like you made an honest effort to do that during the game?
At times, yeah, I definitely did.
Right? So I it doesn't matter if you said, "Oh, I played bad here," right?
Hmm.
People are gonna have bad days. Kiddo, did you have anything you were trying to work on before the game?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you made an honest effort at it and try to improve?
Yeah.
So you just gotta stop apologizing and stop feeling like bad or like somehow because that kind of just ruins, the next scrim and the scrim after that, right? I want you
Hmm.
guys to have fun. I don't want you guys being you lost or whatever, right? 'Cause nobody should care. I don't think anybody really does.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee, and that goes to everybody, right? You may not like say it or anything like that, but like if you play bad, you shouldn't come to next scrim and then just like I'm a bad player and then not trying to improve or anything like that, right? Like
Hmm.
I want everybody to come to scrims and just have something to work on, just have fun and like not care overall because you know some games are gonna pop off and carry, and some games are gonna I'm not gonna hit that shot. I'm gonna play Widowmaker and I'm just gonna get dunked on by the other Widowmaker, right? Like sometimes that's just gonna happen. Sometimes you're just gonna out aim me, but I can't just I can't think about that the next game. And again, this is something that's not just like just again, everybody struggles with this. I'm not like a perfect being. Like I
Hmm.
still struggle with it and stuff. Like, if I just get rolled one day, next day I might, play with less confidence and not try 1v1 because, yesterday I got rolled. But that's just something you gotta, strive for, right? So like every scrim you guys should, be happy, we got this, right? Like there shouldn't be scrims where yeah, some days some scrims, they're just gonna be bad because you guys just played poorly as a team and it just happens, right?
Yeah.
Days like that, you're gonna play bad. Teams just individual like as a team is gonna play bad. Some games your guys are gonna outperform what your guys' average are. Some games are gonna, be underneath. But as long as you keep that we're trying to improve, that's the best you can be. Like if you just try to improve every day, slow and steady,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Makes sense.
So today, it's like the most important thing for a lot of you. We'll be doing a small thing for a lot of you just to help you guys with brawl. But does everybody kind of understand that?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I don't want anybody saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," my fault. I played really bad, right? If you at the end of the game say, "You know what? I was really trying to work on what's something. I'm trying to not waste my cooldowns on Ana, for example. And then I said, you know what? I wasn't perfect in my cooldowns, right? Because it's one of the first times of doing it, but I feel like I was thinking about it and I was improved a little bit, right? Maybe my aim was a little worse, maybe my position was a little worse than normal, but my cooldown usage was better. Like, yeah, you guys, if you lose, but if you practice it, you're good, right? If you go back to the game, we won the game 4-0. It was a stomp, but I just wasted all my cooldowns every single time. And yeah, I was cracked in my aim, like with my left and right clicks on Ana, but I just wasted every cooldown. That's something that you shouldn't be. Obviously, like you won and stuff, but you shouldn't really, what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying like you shouldn't care if you win or lose, right? Obviously, yeah, that night you're gonna whatever be a little disappointed, but I don't care at all, and I don't think your teammates do or anybody blames anybody. Like I don't blame Dwayne for your guys' loss last night. I don't blame teammate. I don't blame. I mean, soccer wasn't there. I don't blame Death. Not like. And if you don't know, like I don't know what I need to improve on or need help, like that's the time where you DM me, DM somebody else that's good, DM Chimanzi, and then we can try our best to help you out. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you how much you wanna, you know, what you wanna do.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Okay. So everybody, there's any questions you can ask, but otherwise, hop into the stream. So check when everybody's in. Is everybody in?
Think so. Not sure.
All right. So Winston, Ryan, Ball, and Arisa. These are like the quintessential main tanks, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is something, yeah, Beepo is the main tank, but everybody should kind of understand because this is like the baseline of your playstyle of the comp,
Mhm.
what their main tank is. So everybody needs to understand like what each do. So if we're gonna rank, once we need to rank them all as creating space, and I don't just want Beepo saying this. Honestly, Beepo, you're not allowed to answer them.
Okay.
Creating space and holding space. We're gonna rank them 1 to 4. Of which tank is best at creating the space, right? We're going in, like making the space, and then what tank's the best at like we're gonna hold this. They can't push into us. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
So who would you guys say is the best at creating space?
Ball.
Ball. Any other answers?
Maybe Ryan with the speed boost.
All right, maybe Ryan. Yeah. So 1 second. So Kiddo's probably right. I mean Ryan, yeah. I would probably say Ryan second. Um, Ball, he's really good at like booping people around. His pile drive's good. Like his whole what's it called? His whole kit is based around creating displacing people, creating space for his team. Ryan, he's actually no, Ryan isn't second.
Winston would be second.
Yeah, it's Winston, right?
Mhm.
Again, what do Winston and Ball have in common?
Good dive.
Yeah, like mobility, right? Like these are really fast heroes. Again, most heroes are like and almost like every game, right? Most of the fast heroes don't have very good stats, or like what I'm talking about. Like, um, but yeah, these two are really good at holding or creating space and holding space, or the second bit. And who would be the third?
Diva?
Just
Which
the
out
main
of
thing.
these four?
Oh,
Ryan
Ryan, right?
is creating.
And then Arisa fourth, right? Because Ryan, he's a little more mobile with Arisa with his shield being, you can like pick it up and put it down more quickly. And then Arisa, she's the worst at it because she kind of plops your shield down. You have to wait another 8 seconds in order to push in. So now holding space. How would you guys rank it?
Arisa 1.
Marissa 1.
Arisa one, right? Risa, you pop your shield down, right? Maybe you have to back up sometimes, right? But you pop your shield down, and you sit here and you poke, and that's all. That's what you do, right? So on if you have a team comp that just wants to chill and get picks and do damage, that's where Arisa shines, right? And
Mhm.
Arisa in the Hog Sig, you'd probably just say Sigma here would replace Arisa. But we're just gonna talk on the normal comps. And then who's gonna be the second best at holding space?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan, right? Third,
Winston.
Winston, right?
Winston.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys kind of see how they're all even, right? They all have like 5 points if you add them up. So Winston, right? He can dive the high ground. The enemy team, you can't just be like, I'm gonna play Hanzo. I'm just gonna jump on that. I'm just gonna like climb up there and 1v1 the Winston, right? He can't. Hanzo can't just climb up the wall and 1v1 Orion to force him off. He can't just do that in Orisa, especially, right? But he can't just walk up. But he can walk up. Maybe he won't, fully win the one and get the kill. But he shoots his storm arrows a ball. That ball has to leave, right? So we're gonna mainly talk about Ryan and Winston, or not these two specific heroes, but these two types of comps. Maybe even some ball. I guess kind of all of them, but mainly Ryan Winston. We're gonna talk a lot about how to actually take space and hold space with mainly talking about the high ground, specifically on Brawl. So Brawl, obviously, if we're talking, run, oops, we're talking like let's just say this is our standard: Ryan, Diva, McCree, Reaper. We're just gonna say May because it's more average. I know we play Reaper, but very similar. May, Lucio, Ana. On which of these heroes can just contest the high ground whenever they want?
Diva.
Yeah, it's Diva and Lucio. Now, can Diva Lucio 2v6 an enemy team?
No.
No, right? So, if we're looking at a high ground like sorry. So Diva Lucio can contest high grounds. The only ones. Diva Lucio can't just go up and fly up to 6 people and take it, right? What do you as a team need to do to force people off high grounds?
It's a team we would rotate
Yeah,
to
as
try
a
to.
team you go up, right?
Yeah.
And again, Diva and Lucio can go up like just 1 or 2, right?
To
Go up by themselves,
Mhm.
but if there's like one McCree or something like that, right? So if we're looking at point when you guys just maps you struggle with Hollywood, right? Kind of chokes here, stairs up, and then like the high grounds up here with
Mhm.
pointing back here, right? If let's say they have a Junkrat, or let's say they have a McCree right here, and then they have like their team back here in this corner. If you guys just push in here, what's this McCree gonna do?
Shoot us for free.
Shoot us from the back, right?
Mhm.
And um, Ryan, again, he's not like Winston or Ball. He can't just contest there. Ryan can't be here and contest up there. So what Ryan has to do, and the whole comp itself, right? Looking at McCree, Mayor, Reaper. Reaper, yes, can't technically TP up there, but a good McCree can easily kill that just from a flash, right click or headshot. You guys as a team need to rotate up here, right?
Mhm.
And that seems simple enough. But a lot of times you guys kind of just force it down main. And we'll talk about when to do, when to not. So we're looking at like, let's keep talking about Hollywood. So, and the reason you do that to start, you force him off. See that's high ground, is because he has to drop, and then he either, if he's a mobile hero, he has to use cooldowns to get up there. Like he has to use his Genji dash, his whatever here it is. But now he's in the bottom. Then you guys can drop. So there's two things you can do with taking high ground, right? You're denying and you're enabling. Now, let's say there's McCree up here, right? And you guys as a team go up here and force him off. What is that doing?
That's denying
Denying.
McCree space.
Denying McCree's space, right? And then let's say you guys have McCree and the McCree stands up here. What's that doing?
We're enabling
Enable.
ours.
We're enabling our McCree, right? So it's kind of like a win-win, and that goes for a bunch of different scenarios, right? You guys kind of understand, right? If you guys have Reaper instead of McCree, and nobody on the enemy team is on high ground, and you go high ground, so if there's no one up here, are you denying anybody?
No.
No.
And if you have Reaper, no McCree, are you enabling anybody?
No.
No, so
Well,
there's really
you
no
could
point.
enable Ana.
Yeah, you
if Ana
could, but
stays up.
Ana realistically doesn't really like this high ground. The reason why Ana doesn't really like most high grounds actually is
There's no cover.
there's no cover, right? Ana really likes,
Yeah,
and this
it's
isn't
more
really
on the
on this
edge.
specific point. It's she doesn't really like that angle right above point. She could get shot very easily from cafe. Obviously, that's map specific, but Ana really likes corners.
Like the computer room would be
Yeah,
best
so
for
Ana would probably
security
Ana would either
reasons.
play like back here, and then when you guys get a point, she might play here, but she most maybe play over here, right?
Yeah,
Like the wall.
in that room.
Um, yeah, so you have to understand. So when we look at a map, like during the game, I told you guys this, and you guys didn't really understand it. But when you guys were playing against, it was Oasis Gardens, Winston, Diva, Sombra, Reaper, um, Shucio, Moira, and what's points like this. Right? Just kind of see it. Maybe like this. So you guys come up, right? And you guys have the point. You guys won the first fight. You guys position up here. Now, if you're looking at your team comp, you guys had Reaper. So if you're looking at your team comp, who do you enable on the high ground?
Cree.
Cree.
Just the Cree.
Yeah, so deny and then enable. So McCree. So, but if you guys have the point, right? They're regrouping in the spawn. Do you all need to be up here?
No.
No.
Obviously, you guys can start up here, right? But why, if they're running that over here or through here, right? What do they have to pass through to get the point?
The choke.
A choke, right? And Ryan comps, especially with May, but even with Reaper, are the best comps in the game for holding chokes.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ryan comps love playing corners a lot. I mean, obviously, like some of the mechanical things, like Ryan's shield covers it all. Like some of those, small things. But also it forces a brawl. Because the thing with a choke, it's just always a corner, right? So let's just say that any map with corners right here. If in order to get, let's say, an objectives right here, they have to go through here. So if Ryan sits, sorry, sorry, and let's say Ryan comes playing right here. What does this team have to do to get the point?
They have to walk past Ryan.
Yeah, and that's forcing a brawl. So right, exactly what Ryan wants to do.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, and if they're in Summer Reaper, are you denying anybody of their high ground?
Not really.
Right? Yeah, maybe
No.
Sombra. Summer does benefit from being here, but you can't really stop that, right? You can't sit up because Sombra, she's invisible, so you can't really just like and she's very mobile. So it's not like if there's a tracer high ground, you guys have to walk up high ground to disable the tracer, right? She can either get back up really easily, um, because you guys force her off. Eventually, you have to drop. She just gets right back up. So it's nothing much you can do. So again, so holding up here to start, right? Let's say they're in spawn, walking up. You want to shield your McCree off, whatever, and then right as they hit around here, you guys need to hold the choke. And this is for a bunch of every map, really, right? And McCree, yeah, perfect with him. He can stay up here. And if the Summer wants to come up here and shoot him, Reaper wants to jump up here, he can just drop off. He's not like Reaper. McCree's not a character that like needs high ground 100%. He just benefits. So Yeah, he can drop off whenever he wants. But when you guys stay up here, they let them get past this choke for free. And Winston comps don't really want Somber comps don't really want to fight at chokes. Um, yeah, and you guys let them get point, and then you guys had to so basically just let them get through a choke for free, if that makes sense. And on maps that have high and what's the reason Brawl like Ryan comps are bad on Watchpoint,
There's way too much high ground,
Yeah.
and it's
right?
too open.
Yeah, so let me just delete this all quick. So if we're looking at like a map with like 4 high grounds, or let's think. Think about Hollywood, right? Hollywood's second point. So there's like the high ground here. Let's make it a square. There's like the mega right here. There's like a bridge. Another high ground. Right, you guys get that? Cart goes through here. Things they can do is they can have one group up here, and one group up here. This is why poke counters brawl in some maps, right? Because if you hold 2 or 3 or a couple different angles, yeah, Ryan can jump up here and force these guys off. But then these guys are also sitting here too, shooting them at the same time, right? You guys got that?
Yeah.
Anything like watch point. If you like, you can force enough one high ground, they're just gonna go in the next, and they're just gonna go in the next. But if we're looking at a comp, and what does Ryan also have to do to get to high ground?
He has to
You should
go like
shield.
on a long rotate.
Yeah, he has to rotate, right?
Mhm.
And with rotations, things are gonna. There's a chance someone's just gonna get doinked. Someone's just gonna take a bunch of poke or whatever, right? So through this entire time, the Ryan comp isn't doing anything, but the poke comp still is. Where if we look at a map like Control Center, right, and it's literally just this. Like basically, the Ryan comp walks up here, they have to cross what? It takes like 3 seconds to get from one side to the other of computer room, and they're already brawling. In 3 seconds, the Arisa comp's probably not gonna get a pick or anything like that, right? That's why Ryan's so always gonna be strong on Control Center, University, Kings Row even. And dives, again, obviously some metas, the heroes are just too broken, but um, watch point's always going to be a good dive map. There's so much verticality, that Winston really benefits from it. And the reason why Winston, on these types of maps that aren't super far back, can get to uh, counters spam is because Winston wants to brawl just like the Ryan does on the Orisa. But the thing Winston and mobile heroes don't have to do, they don't have to go in these super long rotations, right? They can jump up, dash up, whatever it is, and then boom, they're instantly on top of them. You guys get that?
Mhm.
That's why you guys see success with against double shield with that super heavy dive, right? Because you say, okay, Sigma's over there, everybody go on him. Sigma can't 1v6. They can't 3v5 that, whatever it is. Like it's much easier because again, uh, dive is like a hybrid, so dive wants to brawl, but also wants to spam before it happens. So brawl can set up player or dive can set up farther back, and then boom, they're hidden. High grounds. Now, same thing. Why does now we're gonna swap to defense. Second. Okay, if we go to defense here, and we go to what's the map we can think of? If we think of just you guys are defending Busan downtown, so points like back here, right? There's the high grounds back here, and then you guys have like the little ledges. Yeah, and then there's like back here. So basically, you guys kind of get that, right? Yes, everybody see it. Theaters over here.
Yeah.
If they're gonna force down main, and you guys have point, where should your dive team set up?
if they're gonna force on main, the monkey should be left side on that little balcony, and the rest of the team
Yeah,
can
like
be in
right
the
here, right?
corner. Yeah, there.
Because this is a high ground. Ryan,
Mhm.
again, he has to rotate up, or he can on this map, but high grounds in general, if he can, yeah, he has to rotate up. Ryan can't just fly up there.
Yeah.
Like so again, this example, Ryan can't even get up there, so it's really good. But and generally, most dive comps like poking, right? You guys have maybe not your guys' exact dive comp, but like you're thinking like double bubble with the ash or with the echo, stuff like those, right? Well, the rent's going up. Normally, there's like a Widowmaker dive. There's echo, stuff like that. You poke them out, mess up a rotation, right? And when you're also rotating, somebody a lot of the time is going to mess up, even at a pro level, right? Somebody's, let's say they want to go through here. Somebody, Baptiste might just walked out here, right, by accident, and then he split off, and then dive. They can punish that really easily because they have the mobility to get from here to here, it's like almost instantly. Or again, Brawl doesn't really have that. That's why taking angles. That's why taking this angle and this angle just is not boost on these two circles, right? Yeah, Brawl can rotate on these guys, but then these guys can shoot him in the back while they're doing it. So everybody kind of get that so far.
Mhm.
Pretty simple stuff, right? I'm not. Again, I we can do something bigger on Brawl, but I just want to get you guys started. How to counter poke stuff. So what else we can talk about? So, oh, I forgot to talk about it. So another thing on dive that I want to talk to you about that is with high grounds. So if we're looking at Numbani, first point, again, it's gonna be another related to high grounds. We got the high ground. And then like let's just say the blue is like the high grounds. Top, and then red's point. So if you're playing dive, right, you guys already know this, you're gonna just say orange is you guys. What? Yeah, that's sec. What's the color? Okay, black. Pink is you guys. So might have monkey. Pink is you guys. Whatever. I'm not gonna go super into position here, but you're around here. What you guys need to do is like how when you guys pre-fight plan, or you'll say like take fight on point or take fight on right side if we're playing brawl. So, set up these two angles, right?
Yeah.
Not exactly how we're gonna use all super pre-plan, but how we're going to position ourselves.
Mhm.
And pre-fight positioning is super important because like what you guys, it's super easy to control the first 10-15 seconds of the fight. Then obviously things are gonna break up, and that's when like you guys as players need to know that in the mid fight you can't really plan for that. But before, right, setting up here, what it creates a kill box. And again, I think I talked about in the last VOD review a little bit. But you guys still don't really understand, I can tell. Is what setting up kill boxes are these pink squares. Now, what do these pink squares positioning wise on the map have in common?
Chokes.
Chokes, right? The reason is because if kill box is like right here, then the entire team, the enemy team can see you. Where if the kill box is right here, right, most likely they're like not gonna have LOS. Some of them are not gonna have LOS, right? Some really coordinated teams might all have LOS, but again, you're gonna be able to see them because they're all passing through this tiny little choke. So you're kind of like you can head a really easy dive. And this is a map specific thing, but what else do these what else do these chokes have in common, positioning wise?
All high grounds.
They're all on high ground. And why is high ground good for dive?
Because you
You
can
can
drop
drop on them
instead
without
of using your
cooldowns.
Yeah,
cooldown.
you get there without cooldowns.
Mhm.
This doesn't just go for tanks and DPS; it goes for healers, right? Again, you can throw your anti nades up here. These kill boxes again, chokes. Everybody everybody squishes through a choke. So it's a really big spot for cooldowns. Almost every ability, almost all splash abilities benefit from that, right? So like yeah, does everybody kind of understand that? I want you guys just really thinking about where we're gonna take the fight, right? When you guys are pre-fight planning, don't just think about we're gonna use this ult, this ult, this ult. Say let's force out high ground, then push point with window, or like, and then go into your ultimates, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times you guys just kind of like let's just go down main or whatever, um, or don't really think about it, right? Let's just position here, right? And if you guys say set up high ground, set the kill box to this choke.
Mhm.
What does that mean for everybody's? You guys can say that, and then everybody should know where to position, right? That doesn't
Yeah.
mean everybody would sit right here, right? Yeah, maybe the monkey sits right here, the diva sits right here, the Genji maybe sits up here with the Winston, the Ana sits right here, Tracer could maybe play like in this little cubby right here, right? Um, like so then everybody knows we're gonna get there, right? And then again, I already talked about this before, not really in depth, so I don't really blame you guys for not really doing it, but you guys think about it. If we're gonna take the fight fast with this ult. You guys know where the brawl kill box is. Where it is kill box in front of us, probably like in there. So we're not gonna position really far back as supports. We're not.
Mhm.
If I know the kill box is here, I'm not gonna play Tracer and then sit back here, or I'm not gonna sit back there and guard a support if we're going for a kill box right here, right? If we say we're
Right.
gonna play passively, the tanks may okay, it's a good spot for the tanks, but maybe the Tracer doesn't play down here, ready for the kill box to choke. He's gonna play right here. So then he has easy access of his Ana. If we're gonna go aggressive as Lucio, I might position by our diva right here. But if I know we're gonna absorb a dive and then push in after that, I'm gonna play back here with my Ana protector. If I'm playing Brave, for example, right? So and if I say we're gonna go high ground together as a team, I should you guys that's a really easy one. You guys should just go high ground. Maybe and if you guys are attacking, right?
Mhm.
Make it easy. Let's say you're attacking Hollywood. Um, First point. What's the first thing you do before anything?
Scout.
Go.
Exactly, right? You scout. Are they on high ground? Right?
Mhm.
Oh, there's a junk kiddo flies up with his diva. He says, "There's Junkrat on high ground." Somebody calls. All right, we're gonna force out high ground. Everybody knows I'm gonna position on the left side of the choke, so then I don't have to walk that extra 5 meters and take that extra Junkrat mine or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So basically today, nothing much. Again, I'm not. This is something like I just talked about before the VAR review. Teammate wasn't here, but I mainly just went over like wins and losses and productive scrims and not is not winning the scrim or losing it, or like losing the game or winning it. It's did we get this concept? Did we make an improvement, right? I don't expect you guys to be setting perfect kill boxes and controlling high ground like Overwatch League teams. I don't expect that. I expect you guys to go from whatever level 10 mob bosses to level 20, right?
Mhm.
Uh, I just small things, right? We think about when I start teaching you guys fight plans, right? When you guys started, all I expected from you guys is to just try it, right? You guys had some terrible plans sometimes, but I was just happy with you guys doing it, and then we kind of ironed it out, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
some people, you guys are gonna call the wrong rotation sometimes. You guys are gonna say go high ground when you don't need to. You guys are gonna say don't go high ground when you need to, right? But as long as you guys are thinking about it, then we can iron it out. That's all I want for today. And also, again, I want good mentals for everybody, and I want stuff we talked about before, right? Calling the team comps, all tracking, all planning, stuff like that. Um, and then everybody afterwards should know something they need to improve. Like, all right, I talked to most of every. Rare Sucker wasn't here, and I did it. Talked to most people for most heroes, right? If you don't know what you need to work on, right? It doesn't need. I'm not saying get 25 things to work on. Get one, like literally get one thing, and then work on that. If you don't know what it is, talk to me. Talk to Chimanzi, right? Talk to another player you know. I can either get somebody to help you out. I can help you out myself, or I can get you some like videos to watch if you need, right?
Mhm.
Um, again, just I can't I'm on two teams right now. I double block every day basically. Like I'm happy. That's not me saying I'm like some like war victim and I'm like going up the army or anything. Like
You're
I'm
just
obviously
busy.
I'm still playing video games. It's not a tough life for me or anything, but like I
Too
can't
busy. You
go.
can't do it
I
all.
can't. Yeah, I can't go around water viewing everybody every single day. Um, like I want to help you guys out. So just if I give you one thing, you work on it. You water view yourself. Most importantly, am I fixing it? Um, and then we can go on as a team. I'm not gonna give you. I'm not tomorrow. I'm not gonna VOD you and give you a new thing to work on. I'm gonna wait till you guys got all this stuff down to then help you out again.
Okay.
So I have to go. Does anybody have any questions?
Mm-mm.
I haven't got anything.
All right.
Uh,
So if anybody, I have a scrim. You guys aren't even scrimming today.
Actually,
So
I just thought of something.
okay.
Shoot, something we could start planning to do could be just like I'm thinking of specific examples right now, but like Hanamura B push for like if we have in Ana, for example, with our brawl, then we could start planning stuff like, okay, instead of everyone, let's all bunch up as six and push that small corridor out to the high ground together. Let's say most of the people go, but like the Ana and the McCree, for example,
Okay.
hang a left, set up on that middle bridge place, and fire from there
Are you on defense?
on attack.
Okay, on attack. So in that specific example, think about that high ground right there is super OP. Right?
Hmm.
Why is it OP? It overcomes his point. Basically, because basically, if you want to capture point, you have to be in their OS. So think about it, right? If they're playing May Reaper, right? They're gonna be really good at holding the high ground. You're not gonna get this high ground, but they don't really. Again, they are really good at denying you, but they are really bad at enabling themselves.
Right.
So if they have, yeah, like May Reaper, if you go point and they stay high ground, their Reaper's not gonna snipe you down from range. Like there
Right.
may, 1 in 1,000 might headshot you twice or whatever, but realistically, they're not gonna get value. Now, so should you guys push high ground in that scenario?
No.
No.
No, right? It doesn't. Yeah, maybe you have a McCree and it might enable him, but there's no point taking that. Um, Now let's say they have Soldier 76 instead of Reaper. If you guys push main, like underneath, push main, what's the soldier gonna do sitting on high ground uncontested?
Kill us.
Murder us.
Yeah, he's probably gonna murder you, right?
Pre-fire. Yeah.
So you have to kind of understand as a team. Do we need to go high ground? If they have a soldier, probably yes. And the thing you talk about with like some people going high ground, I like that. In this scenario, probably not because in order to push this choke, you're gonna need your on his LOS to be there.
Hmm.
Um,
I was
so
just
yeah,
I was just thinking in terms of, oh hey, because it's really hard to get line of sight on the people pushing through the door unless I'm like stacked on top of my
oh,
Reinhardt.
are you saying like everybody goes up here, right? And then whatever, a couple of people go right here, and then everybody else
Yeah,
push right here?
like the tanks and like the Lucio and our close range brawly characters go up there, and then someone who benefits more from range would hang the left and take the off angle.
Yeah, it depends, right? Obviously, I like that idea, right? But I'd probably say you want to do that with ultimates or nano, because if you leave
Right.
your Ryan's LOS, it's so quick. Now, that's gonna make the fight really hard, right? There's nothing I
Yeah.
can say on Koji guys to make it super easy to just push his high ground every time. There's no like formula for it. It's gonna change every time, for every fight. But if you've nano, yeah, nano Ryan up, you go up here, look for an anti, now you've LOS, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's say they have a hero that can punish you, right? They can just
Yeah.
drop
If
and
they've
kill
got
you.
like a McCree that's able to jump down and flash fan, then
Yeah, right. You have to be
probably
careful of
not
that.
a bad idea.
And then also when you're pushing this way, your run is no help until he reaches like around here,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Um, so again, different scenarios, different things. But yeah, that thinking's fine. I honestly, I want you doing that as much as possible. Not saying not saying split plays like this.
Yeah.
But think
But
about it,
think of
right?
ways
Yeah,
to
think
do
about it.
that.
And
Okay.
I want you guys again, I don't care if you guys lose, if you guys don't win a single fight because you guys just call the worst things possible. Like you guys are just talking like let's just all jump off the point, let's just all jump off the map left side and then we can, set the kill box in the ground, right? No. Like that if you guys are doing that, and you guys are thinking about every fight, do what you want. And then being VOD review, yeah, probably jumping off the map isn't the best play here. Maybe should have done this. And then we can kind of hash it out and kind of like refine it, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, that's kind of it for it. Any last questions?
Uh,
Yeah,
no,
that
I
I
think
know.
that covered what I wanted to know.
All right. So are you guys streaming Saturday or Sunday?
I think we're gonna try for Sunday because Dwayne, you can't make Saturdays, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Sundays probably works better for me. So I'll most likely be there. Yeah. So people's gonna record this. Um.
I pressed the button this time, so we're good.
Okay,
All right.
Officially
good.
recorded.
Okay. So teammate, make sure to watch back like the first 10, 15 minutes before you got
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
And then everybody just again before the scrim Sunday or whatever it is, just not saying you have to replay the entire video, but just try to remember all the stuff. Yeah, that's kind of it. So I have to go now. But if anybody needs help or anything, just DM me. I'm always open. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
All right,
Thank you.
I'll
Alright.
see you guys later. Bye.
Yep.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you for the help.